Hey, what is up, guys? So now we're gonna analyze the game we just played, and we played a whopping 91.9% accuracy, which is really great. I'm really proud of the game we played, and if you can see from the graph, we never let go of our advantage right after our opponent blundered in the opening. And yeah, so I think right before this, I recorded this video. I went to quickly check the moment I deviated from the chessable course, and so this is what I usually do. I try to I'll just switch the scene. So as you can see, I'm just gonna show off the first few moves. It was b3, knight f6, bishop b2, d6, e3, e5, and here I played the move d4, which is a book move. This is a book move, but it is the alternative move that's suggested by the chessable course. So if we go into chessable, you can see this is the move they suggest. I'm gonna switch the scene, chessable study, over here. Yeah, so this is the move order they suggest. So if our opponent plays like this and play knight f6, we can go d4. This is the alternative line, and this is where I missed this is where I missed the idea, is that when my opponent played e4 e4 here, I was supposed to play the move knight d5, which is the best move according to the engine, and also the move suggested in this game. So e5, what should have happened? Maybe the game would have went something like this. I play c4, knight e2 to g3, and then knight c3, and then we can just pile on pressure on the pawn. Yep, so just to finish up this line. So this is the alternative line that's suggested. How you can check your so chessable has this really cool feature here which you can do, is called a browse tree. Yeah, browse tree. So you can take a look at the opening. So let's say you face this, and you can see d4 is suggested, but I think in this chapter they opt for this I think they opt for c4 here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think it's this one. I think you're supposed to play c4. Yeah, so c4 is the idea. So you want to take control of the... So let me just hit review here. Yeah, sorry for this slight error. Yeah, so you want to go c4. Yeah, this is the line. So let's say we hit learn. So this is what I'm supposed to do in this position. Play b3 against e5, play bishop e2, e3. Oh, so instead of e3, we're supposed to go c4. But in the game, since it went knight f6 first, we would have played e3, and then it would just transpose. Yeah, so in this position, we would play kind of like, I think d4 maybe? Yeah, and then we can put out knight. Do we play d4 ourselves? Maybe. Yeah. Then take stakes. Maybe just take the bishop pair. Looks good to me. And then put on knight f4. Looks good. Bishop e2 makes a lot of sense. Develop our last piece. Maybe we can go here afterwards. We can just castle probably, and we can put a knight on here. I would put my knight on here. Maybe I take and put my knight here. Ah, no, just knight takes g6, and then we just pile on pressure on d, maybe. What's the move? Ah, bishop a3. So I think I'm gonna do a blog post on this model game that they suggest you to read, to be able to learn the structure better. So yeah, so this is somewhere I can improve on. So the opening phase, I deviated from move 4, which is quite bad. I mean, I did pay money for this course. I paid like, what, 20 bucks? Might as well use the course to the fullest. And yeah, we can play bishop a3 here. Takes a bishop a3. Yeah, so the idea is bishop a3, or if we didn't remember this, we could at least play the move d5. That's the main move. I mean d4, right? Oh no, d5. We're gonna push d5 if they play e4. Yeah, so let's go back into the game. So this is the game. I'm gonna turn off the engine very soon, but I just want to show off that I did play at a 91.9% accuracy, which is something you guys can do as well. As you can see, it probably didn't look too bad. I was making logical moves, and yeah, let's dive into the analysis now without the engine. So let me just switch to this one, and we're gonna turn off the lines. So this is with the engine. You can see the eval and the lines. I'm gonna disable it, and we're gonna dive into the game. So b3. The start of the b3 opening. If I would really truly recommend the b3 for white, simply because there's not much to study. Like this, the chessable course that you just saw, is around like 200-ish lines, trainable lines in total, 200 something lines. Honestly, that's not a lot, considering the fact that you can play against like this kind of knight f6 stuff. You can play against d5, you can play against e5, you can play against b6, you can play against like literally anything black throws at you. Like b3 works. Maybe not at the master level, but let's be real. If you're gonna be master, you probably have to put a lot more time to studying, like a lot more theory. So just pick up something you can use straight away, get comfortable with it, like just one opening system, and just I picked b3. I've never regretted it since. We can take a look at my history later of when I started playing b3. I think it was something around 2022, 2023, 2022, I think. Yeah, but against this, against d6, so sometimes the move orders is not the same as in the chessable course, as you can see. But it doesn't matter, the ideas remain the same. Yeah, so e3, staying flexible and opening up the diagonal for a bishop to come out. And we don't want to go knight f6 first, because so now let's say my opponent played e5, then we wouldn't have d4 because we do have our pawn on e3. So that's why that was in my mind when I play e3. So like if I do face e4, I do have the d4 push immediately. So I did play d4. I played d4 here. The understanding is, my idea was that usually in positions where the pawn's on e5, and sometimes with the pawn, if the opponent fianchettos to try and challenge our long diagonal, we always want to break with d4. Yeah, so usually in a b3 you have to think about, maybe you can play f4, d4. f4 usually against e5, in the two pawns in the center line. So like the main line would be something like this. Yeah, so you got the f4 break here. But in this case, with the pawn on d6 and like that's why I came up with this idea here, which is to go for this d4 push, directly challenging the center. And it's good for us if we can take and then take the queen. But it's also good for us if they take, we can take with the queen, then we can develop the bishop, knight c3 and castle long and try to attack here. So let's say if they play something like this, let's say they took, we'll be very happy. Let's say they play something like this. I guess we can just play this. Yeah, and this is good for us because we can attack. We have 94 ideas. We have like just h3 g4. This is something I usually get to play. And yeah, so the other option is pushing, which is what happened in the game. And here I missed the this is why you need to remember the ideas. The idea is like we can get this d5 push straight away. Our queen protects d5, and we're kind of like stunting black's development. Black can't put his knight on c6, and he probably has to play a move like c6 maybe. And then we can play c4, and there's no way he can take twice on d5. There's just not enough support there yet. And so he can play a move like I guess he can like just develop. We can play, yeah, can play like okay, you can't go there, so he has to go here. I mean, this is what you guys saw in the game, right? I mean, there's nothing too special. He can take whenever. And yeah, we're pretty happy. So that's what happens if we push us. We want to play d5 straight away so that they can't, you know, take twice on d5. Instead, this happened in the game. And now I could still transpose by playing this move. And then we will get the same positions. Instead, but that's why you gotta be precise here. Now my opponent gets c6 and I'm stuck. I can't play this because, you know, I'm not straight away, but there is a chance where I just lose my central pawn. And if you lose a central pawn, that's basically like the worst outcome of your opening. Like you just lost a central pawn for nothing. And here I think my opponent had a chance to just take. And I don't know, I would have played something like this. And maybe, yeah, I tried to win the pawn back as soon as possible. Actually not the end of the world, but I mean, check. I don't know, like this looks quite bad. I don't know if I can take straight away because of that check especially, so maybe this. Everything looks just a bit loose here. Oh no, that doesn't work because you can take the bishop. But I mean, no, we can't go there. Well, then maybe if I get a castle, I'm doing pretty good. So maybe this could have happened. Yeah, it just feels a bit loose, right? You can always play like this. Yeah, but instead this happened. He blitzed out this move with in like 5 seconds. I did not see why he didn't want to spend a bit more time. Here is very crucial. He just instantly blundered knight d4, hitting the bishop, hitting the pawn c6. It's just a clean fork, and I'm gonna win a pawn. And even worse is you know, this is a common pattern. You want to look out for this fork, and he has to move the queen, and he has to recapture the king. So right out of the opening, I'm like really happy. And I think this is a very nice moment here where I managed to play the move b4. I really like the move b4, controlling c5. Maybe a bit premature because our opponent immediately pounced on the weak b4. If I went here, maybe he could have just tried like a5. Then I would have probably played b5, give him this square. But my idea was that I just wanted to trade off this knight here. And if he takes, I mean it takes and protect this. And I'll probably get my knight into one of these weak squares. Very happy. Oof. Actually, not so simple. Yeah? Yeah, not so simple, yeah? So maybe not, maybe rook c1 first. Then maybe knight here. Or maybe just takes. And how do I defend that? Okay, maybe this is not as easy as it seems, so maybe my opponent should have went for this, yeah? Should have went a5 straight away. Maybe I can just play rook, but rook b is not that nice. Okay. So maybe not b5. b5 a bit weakening. Nah, but I can't like maybe bishop c3, but it blocks the c file. I don't know, maybe bishop c3. And yeah, if he takes, we maintain these pawns, but they're a bit weak now. Opponent can always just pile on a bit of pressure here. maybe some queen b3, yeah? Maybe some queen b3. And then we control the a file. So probably here. Maybe some this. Yeah. Not knight, because then the knight gets in. Kind of scary, so we need to take the bishop. Yeah, not so straightforward. And we lose the bishop pair here, is it? Wow, this is terrifying actually. Yeah, so not so straightforward. We're definitely not doing amazing, but we are better. My opponent could have tried to complicate things immediately with a5. Instead, he took too long, and I managed to just consolidate my pieces. Rook c1. He tried some maneuvering here. I didn't know where his knights were gonna go. I looked at this move and I was like, okay, yeah, where is this knight going? You know, the only forward progress move is b6. You can't go c5. The knight occupies e5, and you just retreated for f6. I mean, I'm not sure what his idea was. I put my knight on b3. Very happy. I'm eyeing like d4. I'm eyeing c5 push. And then I created this queen bishop battery. I just want to defend my bishop here, because if I go too soon, I mean, there's some ideas this doesn't work, right? Because like the sacrifice is too big, but I don't want to have you don't want to have your pieces hanging, so I take queen d4. Oops, sorry. Yeah, so he guarded against any threat with f6, but you know, never play f6 according to Ben Feingold. I put my remaining rook on d1, and now I'm ready to push with c5. Yeah, so here I was thinking maybe he could have played this. So if I play this, he can take. But then maybe I have, you know, maybe I have this. And the idea is that, first of all, he can't take the knight because he... Oh, no, yeah, he can, because I take... Oh. And... Hold on, he can take with the knight? No way. Maybe he can take with the knight, actually. Okay, so but my idea was if he were to play knight takes c5, I was gonna take my knight, get the open files, get my bishop on c4, and enjoy this dominating position. Because I control the c and d files, I get my bishop to c4, and I'm really happy. Yeah, I wouldn't accept the sacrifice. It's too much counterplay. Yeah, then bishop c4 here. My opponent made some really dumb moves at this point. At this point, I was just like, okay, he's clearly showing a lot of weakness, but here he kind of gathered himself a bit. I thought maybe he had some I thought I had this maybe. Checkmate, you know, if he takes, I take. But actually he has this, which is a bit, you know, unfortunate, but then I can get my rook here. You know, so that would have been nice. Instead, he went here, very safe move, very passive. And now I just gotta find a way to bring my pieces into the game and just bombard him. Here I decided to trade rooks. Maybe not the smoothest. Maybe I could just play this anyways. And yeah, this would have been nice, I think. Yeah. This would have been very nice. Actually, how do I progress? Exactly. Okay, maybe not declare, but okay, maybe just g4 now. Yeah, and like, what's he gonna do, right? Wow, maybe I can just sit on this, just zugzong him. What if he plays like this? Wow, this is actually a really interesting position. I could actually like genuinely try to zugzwang him. Because if he ever goes here, I just win a piece, right? Okay, I don't win a piece, but yeah, I don't win a piece actually. So maybe it is not that. Maybe I take. Ah, he can't take because so yeah, he can't play f5. What can he play here? I don't know, this position is too complicated. But I'm having a really great position here. We traded off and I'm 2 pawns up. And now I just gotta cleanly try and convert. Yeah, so g4, I'm not sure if it's a very good move because he just quickly got out of the bind. I was trying to just lock down his pieces, but he can just play king f8. I didn't want his knight to complicate things, you know, like knight d6. I'm just a bit, no, get rid of the knight. And now try to win this game. Okay, my fat fingers decide to just skip ahead. Yeah, here, I gave this check, defended, my pawn on c6, and try to free up a square for my knight, because I'm just trying to activate my knight. My knight is blocking the promotion, so it doesn't really belong there. Knight behind pawn is usually generally pretty good idea to control squares like this. Now I just bring my king in slowly. Here I thought maybe he could have like tried some, you know, and get 3 pawns for the piece. Granted, I don't think I would have any issues like winning this. Yeah, because I can just, this is just completely winning. So yeah, there's no issue there. And here he's hitting this pawn, but now he can't defend against b5. I didn't want to play yeah, so like if I maybe like if he didn't move this, like maybe he moved like this. I can't go here straight away because he can block, and that's very annoying. Yeah, so but it's good that he blundered this, so now he can't block. I can just win the pawn. If he went here, I was thinking I can just take. He takes, I can go here, and if he literally cannot stop the promotion, so that's lost. Yeah, so he would take our queen, and you know, oh, let's not blunder our queen there. Maybe just yeah, maybe this is good enough. This is good enough. Oh no, I can win the piece here, right? Very annoying. Yeah, so it holds on for a bit, but I'm sure I can convert this, no issues here. Yeah, and slowly I will just convert that. I'm up a whole queen. But instead this happened, and now I get the 2 connected passers. And I traded off another set of pieces. Now I'm just 1 pawn up, but he's not gonna hold on to these pawns. And we just convert a very nice game. Opponent decides to banish themselves to the Shadow Realm here. And resigned on move 69. So overall, I think I'm pretty happy with the game. I'm gonna switch on the engine analysis now. Overall, I think every move of mine had some logic here. I played c4 to stop d5, but I should just win d5 straight away to stop d5. So 1 learning point there. A key moment is this knight d4, which I took advantage of my opponent's opening mistake. And I think b4 here is very nice. I might check the NJ, it might not be a very good move, but I really liked it. Yeah, bishop, queen d4 here, very nice. I think I played the middle game really well. And yeah, overall, just a very high quality game that I'm proud of. And yeah, just overall not much mistakes. I'm gonna take a look at the engine now. So let's start looking at the opening. So as you can see, We should have played d5, only winning move. So I play c4. And again, I have d5, I have knight c3. Knight c3 is very natural, you know, you want to control the squares. I'm not sure why I played knight d2. I think I might have confused it with some knight d2, knight c3, but if I went knight d2, I should put my knight on g3. So in these lines, knight should belong on c3. Yeah, so if here, now I can play d5 and it's very easy to play. Instead, my knight is on the wrong square. And my opponent decides to fumble. Yep, I get knight d4 here, instantly spotted. I played within like 4 seconds. So I take, and this is horrible. Just +3. +1 pawn, but +3 position. That's when you know you really messed up in the opening. And let's see the best move, best move, best move. b4 is up there. Nice. I'm really happy with the move b4 actually. Oh, it's going up. It's going back down. It's a top move. All I gotta say, it's a top move. I'm pretty happy with that. b4 here. I was thinking maybe just a5. e5. Just bishop takes f6. Right. This was the line I wrote, right? Some takes f6 and knight b3 straight away. Yeah, maybe was there a bishop takes f6 here? Yeah, this is the line that I did without the engine, right? Yeah, you don't want to let them. Yeah, so this is still fine, right? Yeah, this is the line I saw just now, so it's fine. I did my analysis and the engine agrees with it. Perfectly okay. But they recommend this bishop takes f6 and then knight b3. Put a knight on e4. So yeah, I play rook c1 here. Knight b3. Queen d4, best move. Yours truly. Queen d5 check. Point is, what? Do y'all see this line? Bishop takes e5. What? Okay, you know what? I don't understand. I guess the point is we get to open up. If they take this way, this is a huge weakness that he'll never solve. If he takes this way, our c pawn becomes a passed pawn, and if they take with the knight, this is once again I don't know, man. I would just play rook fd1 and c5 here. Best move. Yeah, best move if knight takes c5 and knight takes c5 back, right? Yeah, this is just completely winning position. Yeah, c4, bishop c4, queen takes d6. Yeah, queen takes d6 was played, rook takes d6. Double. What's the move here? h3, just sit. Wow. I knew it, there was some zugzwang in here. Yeah, how was my zugzwang line actually? This was the line I wrote just now. Yeah. So very nice zugzwang idea. Not zugzwang, but it's like my opponent is very tight down, and yeah. So this is +5 position. I managed to fumble it a bit. Yeah, I should have gotten my pieces coordinated better first. So like knight c6, then like knight c6, then like bishop e6. Bishop e6? Really? The fuck is bishop e6? Here? Wow. Wow, okay. Yeah, so just get my pieces back in the position. Say I played it like this. Not the best way I could have handled the position. I let the king get a bit too close, but I managed to get my knight out, which is nice. And was never in a position to blunder. now I can win the pawn, and it should be pretty easy to mop up. Bring my king in, and overall, yeah, just pretty sick middle game where I just coordinated all my pieces and we just win. Overall, pretty good game. Yeah, so the learning point here is my intuition was right. Queen d4. Queen d4, b4 was good moves. Knight d4, decisive mistake by my opponent right out the opening. And the mistake for us is not knowing d5. Like, we want to prevent d4. I mean, you want to prevent d5, you play d5. You don't play c4 to prevent d5. Just play d5 to prevent d5, right? Go d5 yourself. So here next time we play d5 and we got this huge space advantage and we just sit on this here. I don't know, man. Like, whatever. Great position. Yeah. Oops, lost my bowl of fruits. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of this game. And yeah, I'm gonna review the model game that we saw in the chessable study. So let me just switch. Yeah, this is the chessable study. This one here, I think. Let's unpause this and take a look. Yeah, let's just review. So this is the cost recommendation, the alternative recommendation. So in the case of d6 e5, we can play d4 and then d5, c4, knight e2, knight g3, knight f3, queen c2, bishop e2, and we're gonna win the pawn. We're gonna have a huge space advantage, and we're happy. Yeah, so I hope you guys learned something from this analysis. I hope I did a good job of trying to explain my moves, and yeah, see you in my next video. Goodbye.